အားလုံးမင်္ဂလာပါဒါကတော့ကျွန်တော်ပေါ်တာ Cece Nobre သူက Paraguay လူမျိုးဖြစ်ပြီးတော့American နိုင်ငံမှာမွေးပြီးတော့ American မှာပဲကြီးတယ်ပေါ့နော်သူကဒီပကြီးဆွဲတဲ့ artist တယောက်ဖြစ်ပြီးတော့တကယ်လေးမိုက်ပါတယ်တော်တော်ကြွေတယ် so bro ရှေ့ခေတ်ကူပကြီးများမှသည်ခေတ်သစ်လမ်းပကြီးအထိနေရန်စရင်ပကြီးသည်နှစ်ထောင်ပေါင်းများစွာကလေးကလူသားတို့ယဉ်ကျေးမှုတွင်အရေးပါသောပန်းတစ်မျိုးဖြစ်ခဲ့သည်နေရန်စရင်ပကြီး၏တူနိုင်ဖွဲ့ကောင်းတဲ့ရှုတော်တစ်ခုကတော့လူအဖွဲ့အစည်းတစ်ခုမှလွှမ်းမိုးမှုရှိနေသောယဉ်ကျေးမှုနှင့်ဒလိထုံတန်းများကိုရောင်ပြန်ဟပ်စေသည့်ဖော်ပြမှုတွေပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ယခုမှတ်တမ်းရုပ်ရှင်မှာတော့ Gravity အနုပညာရှင်တဦးဖြစ်သူ American နိုင်ငံသား Paraguay လူမျိုးတဦးရဲ့ဘဝဆက်ကြောင်းနဲ့ပုံတပုံရေးဆွဲနေမှုကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ရိုက်ကူးနိုင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်သူ့နာမည်က Cece Nobre လို့ခေါ်ပြီးတော့သူက International ကျောင်းတစ်ကျောင်းရဲ့အနုပညာဆရာတဦးလည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်သူ့ရဲ့ယူသွမှုကိုသူရောက်ခဲ့မှုတဲ့နေရာတိုင်းမှာဖော်ပြခဲ့လေရှိပါတယ်ဥပမာအဖြစ်ယခုတူလက်ရှိနေထိုင်နေတဲ့အခုခါမှာသူ့လက်ရာများကိုယခုလိုပဲတွေ့နိုင်ပါတယ်ဒီနေ့ဆွဲမဲ့ပုံကိုမှတ်တမ်းတင်ရုပ်ရှင်ရိုက်နိုင်ဖို့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဖူးခတ်ကျွန်းရဲ့အရှေ့ပိုင်းမှာရှိတဲ့စောက်လက်ဆဆွန့်ပစ်ထားတဲ့ဟိုတယ်အဟောင်းစီကိုအတူတူသွားခဲ့ပါတယ်သူကဒီနေ့လိုအလုပ်ပိတ်ရက်မျိုးမှာဝါသနာအရရေးဆွဲမဲ့ပုံနဲ့နေရာကိုကြိုတင်ပြင်ဆင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်တခါတလေကျသူ့ရဲ့အားရဲ့အချိန်တွေမှာအစုံတစ်ယောက်ကသူတို့ရဲ့ဆိုင်တွေဂျင်းယုံတွေလိုနေရာမျိုးတွေမှာဖိတ်ခေါ်ရေးဆွဲခိုင်းလေးရှိပေမဲ့အခါတလေကျသူ့တယောက်တည်းသူ့ရဲ့စိတ်ကြိုက်ပုံတွေကိုနေရန်အဟောင်းတွေမှာသူ့စိတ်ကြရေးချင်းနေလေးရှိတယ်။ဥပမာယခုလိုမျိုးအချိန်မျိုးမှာပေါ့။ဒါကတော့ကျွန်တော်ကိုလိုက်ကူညီပေးတဲ့ကျွန်တော်ရဲ့အဖွဲ့သားပြပြပါဒီစွန့်ပစ်ဟိုတယ်ကတော်တော်လေးကိုကြီးပြီးတော့တော်တော်လေးကိုလှတဲ့ပတ်ဝန်းကျင်လည်းရှိပါတယ်။ဒီဒါပြင်ဒီလိုမျိုးစောက်အုံတွေကလည်းဒီတော်တစ်ခုမှပြည့်ပဲ။တောတောင်ပင်ရိပ်ကောင်းနေပြီးရှေ့ဘက်မှာအတမန်ပင်လယ်ကြီးကိုလှမ်းမြင်နိုင်ပါတယ်။ဒါအပြင်ကိုအောက်ထပ်မှာမြန်မာပညာရှိအချို့ရဲ့ရေးသားဟန်တွေကိုတွေ့နိုင်ပါတယ်
I started painting when I was like 22, so very late. When I was a kid, everybody paints when they're a kid or draws when they're a kid a little bit, but I didn't start to paint until I was much older, 22.
Right. And you just keep painting from then?
Yeah, non-stop. Yeah, I guess art has been my main job for the last 16 years. I've been a teacher the whole time I've been an artist, but teaching art for like 7 years, the last 7 years.
Did you study for art?
No. Like I said, I didn't start until I was 22. So when I went to school for anthropology, and I studied cultures and languages and geography, different places of the world. And it wasn't until I graduated and went out that I started to be an artist. And
Right.
in some ways it's good. Like some of my friends who went to art school, they said that I'm lucky that I didn't go to art school because it's better for my style. But sometimes I feel like I missed a lot of techniques or a lot of styles that I could have learned in school, but most of my friends, they say like, nah, they don't really teach that in school. You learn that by yourself, so. I wasn't thinking about it at all. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a writer. Then for a while, I wanted to be a journalist, like a sports journalist, like one to like call football or something like this, or some sports. And then I just switched into painting way later, just because it was like a challenge. I didn't think I could do it, and so I wanted to see if I could paint a picture, and I could. And I was a little bit surprised. So then I just I'll keep going with this. But yeah, when I was a kid, I never thought I'd be a painter.
Right.
It was in Paraguay. So after I graduated from the university in the United States, I moved back to Paraguay, where my father's family is from. I'd gone there for my last year of high school, and then I went to university, and then I came back to Paraguay. When I was there, I was actually quite bored. I wanted to work, but the job that I had found would only give me like 10 hours a week, which was enough for me to have an apartment and have like okay life. But yeah, I was bored. I needed something to spend my time, so I started to challenge myself a little bit. And first, I just wanted to paint. I had a rooftop in this like little barrio neighborhood, and it was very basic. Like it was kind of like exposed concrete, but very old.
Right.
So like all gray, faded, and I just painted one wall yellow, one green, one red. And I was like, oh, that was fun. And then I went downstairs and I started to paint like leaves. It's been different every place that I've painted. Paraguay was cool because there wasn't a lot of other painters around, so I was only like motivated by myself. Materials were pretty cheap, but also, well, that's not true at all. Materials are really expensive, but like the materials that I used were cheap. So I couldn't go to an art store and buy like a normal canvas or like tubes of paint because it was ridiculously expensive. Everything was imported from like Germany and France, and I couldn't afford it. So I would just go to the fabric stores and I would just get big rolls of fabric, really thick fabric, and then I would cut that and then I would just paint on the floor. Like I didn't have frames then. So like now when I paint, I put it on a wooden frame, I stretch it so it can hang on the wall.
All right.
But at that time I just lay the fabric on the floor and I would buy house paint. So this is before I used spray paint. I would just buy house paint and I would paint with sponges. I would take sponges and I would just like paint on the ground, just break small sponges to use like brushes. And I painted everything on the floor, and then we had bars on all of our windows, for protection. There's bars everywhere, so I would just clip the painting on the bars to hang up, and I painted like 15 paintings, all big like this, like 2 meters squared. And that's how the style was there. I couldn't sell any paintings there.
Well, would you be interested to sell them? Like, I mean, would you
back then, yeah, I wanted to. I tried to make money from it sometimes. I wasn't very successful. When I finally left, I was able to sell a couple pieces, but yeah, it's not a place to sell paintings. So I can do more details. This just saves it so I can go faster.
So it's like same as Myanmar, Paraguay.
In a lot of ways, they seem similar. I've never been to Myanmar except for I passed like one Like, I just stepped across the border at the three pagodas. I walked across.
Yeah,
and I just looked, and then I came back. That's as far as I've ever gone in. But from what I've been told and what I know about the two countries, they seem really similar.
Yeah, really similar, right?
Really similar.
Would you say that now you are living in your dream?
I guess. I mean, this isn't the dream that I thought I would have when I was a kid, but I'm happy. When I was a kid, I wanted to travel the world. I saw myself as a person who would be able to speak a lot of languages, or at least try to speak a lot of languages. I knew that I wanted to have a job around culture, and all those things are true. And I knew I wanted to live in a tropical place or a hot place, which I have for my whole adult life. So, in that way, yeah, living the dream.
Nice.
As you know, like in Thailand, it's very, it's a very idyllic place to live, especially in the south of Thailand where we live. It's it's hard to say it's not a dream.
Yeah, it's true, man. Thailand, right?
It's easier in Thailand.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Life is good in Paraguay too, but it's just Thailand is a little bit more developed. There's more opportunities. There's more money. If you work hard, there's more work to do. So here it's a little bit easier to have a full life. Paraguay, there's not as much diversity as we have in Thailand. You don't have as many different people from around the world. Like, you know, here, like, we're from different countries, but in Paraguay, I didn't meet a lot of foreigners. You met people from, like, Argentina, Brazil, but it's very rare you meet somebody that came from Africa or Asia.
Right.
You know?
Understand.
It's kind of funny. I became an artist because I just tried it, and then I ended up being good at it, so I kept doing it, but it wasn't expected. But I always had something inside me that wanted to be a writer, and now I'm trying to be a writer by taking all the artwork that I've done and trying to make it into a written form as well. So you have the pictures that I painted, all of those in my mind are illustrations and characters in like a series of stories. And so I've started to write these stories. I haven't shown them to anybody, I haven't published them yet, but that's like a personal goal for me. Just like I had the goal to become a painter, which I think I had that career for 16 years. So I kind of feel like not tired of it. Well, yeah, tired of it a little bit. I want to challenge myself again. So I'm trying to go back into writing now, and it's very difficult, and it's very different from painting. I can finish a painting in one day and move on. Writing, it's like you're always editing, always writing, always editing, and it's just, it's way more.
Yeah, I understand, yes. It's so hard. I mean, if people are not used to it. Do you think you will keep drawing until you die?
I'll always do art as well. I think I'll stop painting walls as much. As I get older, it becomes more difficult to paint walls, especially very, very big ones. So I maybe will start painting more canvas or doing another type of artwork, but I'll always do art.
Yeah, only shifting a little bit,
shift a little bit. Just maybe make less.
You can kill the genes.
No. Keep doing it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Yeah. So what it's about is before this was artwork for an exhibition, and the exhibition's title was here. So this is actually in English, but it's like transcribed into the Pasom language. That's
What is it? Pasom?
Pasom means like Pasom in Thai, like mixed. So the language of this imaginary culture that I paint, their language is called mixed, and which other language is called Pasom. So it's just an alphabet, so you can write another language inside of it. So this says talismans of Chilombo. So these two words would be English. But this word here is Pasom.
No, but this is awesome. I mean, like, so you draw this picture before this plant?
I saw the plant. I saw the plant there, and I was like, what do we do with the plant? I mean, it's like, if I'm standing there, it's like I'm here. So maybe, I can't even remember the size. Maybe on the size of the whole head, I think.
Somebody might steal him.
This one's gone from Blue Tree. This one's still a Blue Tree. This one's behind a wall here. It's still there at Phuket. It's like right at the corner. This wall got destroyed in Bangkok. I think this is still in Phuket town, but again behind a big metal wall. Yeah, that's when I was actually painting that.
Now?
The one at UWC. So it's like 2017 or something.
I saw
none of those kids still go to the school. This used to be in that old gym as well.